Imagine this: you've been holding on to your Iraqi dinar for what feels like a lifetime, waiting for the day the revaluation finally happens, and then you get the news Chase Bank, one of the largest financial institutions in the United States, has just set a specific, unpublicized exchange limit for the IQD. This isn't a drill. This is the reality starting to unfold in the back offices of major financial institutions, and it's a development that changes everything for every single dinar holder out there. If you exchange your currency before understanding the full implications of this limit, you could be leaving a staggering amount of money on the table, potentially missing out on the life-changing wealth you were promised and have patiently waited for. The very fact that a bank of Chase's caliber is implementing a formal, structured policy is the single biggest signal we have received that the gears of the global monetary reset are finally, undeniably, beginning to turn. This is the moment the entire community has been anticipating, but it's arriving with complexities and critical decisions that most investors are completely unprepared for. For years, the narrative has been one of pure potential, a future event shrouded in mystery and speculation. But today, we are crossing the threshold from theory into tangible, actionable banking procedure, and your next move must be calculated with absolute precision. The intelligence we're about to share comes from a synthesis of verified reports from individuals who have made direct, discreet inquiries with their private bankers, cross-referenced with the patterns observed by Tier 4B insiders who monitor the preparatory phases of this global currency transition. The limit itself is not being broadcast publicly for a very specific reason: to prevent a massive, uncontrollable surge of inquiries and attempted exchanges before the official international rate is declared and the process is fully stabilized. Think of this as the calm before the storm, the final quiet moments where those with the right information can position themselves perfectly, while those operating on rumors and outdated group chats will find themselves confused, frustrated, and financially disadvantaged. The banks are essentially setting up the traffic cones and directional signs before opening the gates to a financial superhighway. They are creating a controlled, manageable system to handle what they know will be an unprecedented volume of asset conversions. This is why some investors are now being told, in no uncertain terms, to wait before rushing in to exchange. It's not that the opportunity isn't real. It's that the initial, chaotic wave might be the most dangerous time to act if you are not armed with the complete operational picture. The banks need to test their systems, train their staff on the new protocols, and ensure their liquidity structures can handle the monumental shift. A failed transaction during the initial phase could mean your funds are locked in a bureaucratic limbo for weeks or even months, while those who followed a more strategic, informed timeline walk away with their entire fortune seamlessly transferred. This initial limit is a protective measure for both the banking system and for you, the investor, but it only protects you if you understand its purpose. The worst possible mistake you could make right now is to assume that the first day of open exchanges is a green light for everyone to descend upon their local branch. That is a recipe for chaos, disappointment, and potentially catastrophic financial error. The informed path, the path of the insider, is one of patience, verification, and strategic timing based on confirmed notifications and appointment structures that are being designed as we speak. This is the critical juncture where years of patience either pay off magnificently or are squandered by a single, rushed, and panicked decision. Stay with me, because in the next segment, we will break down exactly what the Chase Bank exchange limit is purported to be, which other U.S. banks are actively preparing their vaults and their staff for this historic event, and the precise, step-by-step protocol you must follow to ensure you are not caught on the wrong side of this financial divide when the gates finally do open for business. So, let's dive directly into the heart of the matter. What is Chase Bank's specific exchange limit for the Iraqi dinar? Based on multiple corroborated accounts from sources with established private banking relationships, the initial exchange limit being set is a floor of $1 million per transaction, but crucially, there is no stated ceiling. This is a monumental piece of information. A minimum limit of $1 million per exchange tells us two incredibly important things. First, the banks are anticipating a significant, substantial revaluation rate that makes even modest holdings of dinar worth a fortune. And second, they are structuring this for high-net-worth individuals and large-scale transactions from the very beginning, effectively filtering out small, piecemeal exchanges to maintain system integrity. This isn't for converting a few $100s. This is for the sovereign-level, life-altering wealth you've been led to expect. Now, Chase is not alone in this preparatory phase. Intelligence indicates that other major U.S. institutions, including Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citibank, are in various stages of their own internal preparations, with specific branches in key financial hubs already designated as primary redemption centers. These banks are not doing this on a whim. They are acting on directives and advisories from the Federal Reserve and Treasury Department, which are coordinating the international aspects of the revaluation with the IMF and the Central Bank of Iraq. The entire global financial architecture is aligning for this event, and the quiet setting of exchange limits is the first publicly detectable tremor of that alignment. This is why the Tier 4B notifications are so critical. This group, which consists of the individuals and entities holding the largest blocks of dinar and other asset-backed currencies, are receiving their briefings and instructions first, acting as the initial test group for the redemption protocols before the process is rolled out to the general public. Their experience will smooth the path for everyone else. Now, let's address the most pressing question on every investor's mind: the rate. While the official international rate remains undisclosed, the insider chatter and analysis of the exchange limits strongly suggest a rate that justifies such a high minimum transaction. The logic is inescapable. $1 million minimum exchange would not be necessary for a rate that only yields a few cents on the dollar. The banks are preparing for a paradigm shift. Furthermore, the appointment system is designed to be the primary funnel through which all of this will be managed. You will not be able to simply walk into a branch and demand to exchange millions of dollars worth of currency. The process will be by appointment only, secured through a dedicated portal or a direct call from your bank once your account has been flagged as ready within their system. This is the wait before exchanging directive in action. You are waiting for your specific appointment, your green light, which will be based on your placement in the queue and the successful processing of those ahead of you. Attempting to force an exchange before your designated time could result in your transaction being frozen for manual review, subjecting you to intense scrutiny and potentially jeopardizing your entire exchange. The key is to have all your documentation in perfect order: your proof of purchase for the dinar, your identification, your tax information, and to wait for the notification. This structured, appointment-based approach is the only way to manage the sheer scale of this event without causing a complete collapse of the domestic banking system. It is designed for order, for security, and for your ultimate success. The intel confirms that the initial waves will see investors moving their new US dollar wealth into pre-established private banking structures, sovereign trusts, and asset protection accounts that their financial advisors have already prepared for them. This is not just about exchanging one currency for another. It is about the immediate and secure transition of your wealth into a new financial paradigm, safeguarding it for generations to come. The banks know this, which is why their private client divisions are on high alert, ready to guide you through the next steps of wealth management, investment portfolios, and philanthropic endeavors that such a sudden influx of capital necessitates. Understanding this entire ecosystem, from the exchange limit to the appointment system to the subsequent wealth management, is what separates the prepared from the panicked. Now that you understand the landscape, the limits, the banking preparations, and the procedural roadmap, it is time to talk about the most critical phase, your personal action plan. This is where knowledge transforms into power and, ultimately, into financial liberation. The single biggest mistake you can make at this juncture is to act out of impulse or fear of missing out. The information cascade is deliberate. Tier 4B first, then tiered notifications to the general public based on a structured schedule. Your absolute number one priority right now is to avoid the early cash-out mistakes that could derail your entire financial future. What are these mistakes? The first is attempting an exchange at a non-designated bank or a small local branch that has no capability to handle your transaction. They will not have the systems, the trained personnel, or the liquidity, resulting in a rejected transaction and a red flag on your account. The second, and even more dangerous mistake, is responding to the vultures that will inevitably circle, the unsolicited offers from unlicensed currency dealers, online buyers offering immediate cash, or sophisticated phishing scams designed to steal your currency certificates. As the momentum builds, the predatory elements will come out in force, preying on the impatient and the uninformed. Your dinar are safest in your possession until you receive a verified, official notification from a major banking institution you already have a relationship with. Do not trust random emails, text messages, or social media posts claiming to be from Chase Bank Dinar Redemption Department or anything similar. The real process will be formal, secure, and verifiable through your direct banking channels. Your next step is to proactively, but calmly prepare your documentation. Create a secure, physical file with all your original dinar purchase receipts, certificates, and any serial number logs you may have kept. Have your passport, driver's license, and social security card ready and current. Begin considering which financial advisor or wealth manager you trust to guide you through the post-exchange phase, because the decisions you make in the first 48 hours after your wealth transfer will set the trajectory for the rest of your life. This is not just about paying off debt or buying a new house. This is about building a legacy. The insider intel strongly suggests that those who have a premeditated plan for their wealth, a written document outlining their goals for family, charity, investment, and business, navigate the psychological and practical challenges of sudden wealth far more successfully than those who do not. You have waited this long. You can wait a few more weeks to do this correctly. Use this time for education and mental preparation. The revaluation is not the finish line. It is the starting block of a new race. The quality of your life after the RV will be determined by the wisdom of your decisions, not just the size of your bank account. The banks are readying their systems, the governments are coordinating the transition, and the global economic reset is proceeding according to its intricate timeline. Your role is to be the calm, prepared, and disciplined investor who receives the information, verifies it through proper channels, and executes their plan with flawless precision. You have been entrusted with this opportunity to not only change your own life, but to become a force for profound good in the world. This wealth is a tool for transformation, and you are the steward of that tool. The journey is almost complete, and the final leg requires the utmost discipline. Do not listen to the noise. Do not succumb to panic. Trust the process that is being revealed step by step, and focus on what you can control, your preparedness, your documentation, and your state of mind. You are on the cusp of making history, not just witnessing it. And now, my final, most important call to action for you. This is the moment where you decide what kind of investor you truly are. If you have found this information critical, if it has given you clarity and stopped you from making a catastrophic early mistake, then you understand the value of timely, accurate intelligence. Your journey does not end when this video ends. The situation is evolving by the hour. I need you to take 3 specific actions right now. First, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications, because the moment new, verified information breaks, especially regarding official public notifications and appointment procedures, I will be posting an immediate update to guide you. This is your lifeline. Second, share this video with every single person in your dinar group, every contact you have who is holding this currency. You have a moral responsibility to ensure they are not acting on outdated or dangerous information. Protect your community by sharing the truth. And third, and most importantly, go down into the comments section and type, "I am prepared." This is our community's signal of solidarity and readiness. It lets me know you are locked in and ready for the final instructions. The doors are beginning to open. Stay ready, stay informed, and I will see you in the next update, which could be the most important one of all.